Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's time for another exciting reading from Papa's comic books and coffee. Let's see who joined us today. Well, look, it's the Fantastic Four, number 168 from 1975. And there's the date stamp. This is Where Have All the Powers Gone? By Roy Thomas and Rich Buckler. Once again, this book is available on my eBay page, Papa's-Comic-Books. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button, please. And let's get right into it. Let's go, Cage. You're one of us now. You know it, Torch. For years, I wanted to be just plain Ben Grimm, not the Thing. But now that I am, I've been replaced by Power Man? For once and for all, let's settle the record straight. The world-famous Baxter Building towers precisely 40 stories above the streets of Midtown Manhattan. Most people, however, think of it as having only 35 because that's as high as any elevator will take them. For from the 36th floor to the top, the final 5 levels can be reached only by a special elevator, or, of course, by the even more colorful methods of sky-blazing Human Torch. Where have all the powers gone? Face it, Storm, you've flown in circles and stalled about as long as you can. You can't delay dropping the bombshell any longer. No way, but they're not gonna like it. Johnny's coming, Reed, and that means the moment we've both dreaded is near. Oh, darling, what if we won't accept the change? You know, he's been terribly upset, even since that girl Frankie wouldn't date him precisely because he was a superhero. Slow down a minute, honey. Don't get all upset. Give Johnny a chance to be reasonable first, okay? After all, he's not a kid anymore. He's old enough to make up his own mind. I know, Reed, but still, you're going to incorporate. I know it too, brother-in-law, and I'm glad to hear you give me credit for something anyway. I never thought otherwise, Johnny, but you sound to me like a guy with a beef. Care to get it off your chest? Check it's like this, Reed. I want a leave of absence from the Fantastic Four, effective immediately. I see during which time you'll try to make up my mind whether I want to come back ever. I suspected as much. Oh, Johnny, how can you ask such a thing? Now when Reed and I need you the most. That's hitting below the belt, sis. Ever since that first day, has there ever been a time you couldn't have said the same thing? He's right, Sue, and maybe he does need some time to himself. Maybe we all do. But Sue's right too, Johnny. After all, how many times before have we been without the services of Fantastic Four's strongest member? Hey, leader man, I thought you were as happy as for Ben as I am. Probably happier, son, in my own way. After all, do you think it was fun back there in the St. Louis lying half-dazed on the pavement while Ben fought it out with the Hulk hundreds of feet overhead? It was like a blow to my own solar plexus when the Hulk finally connected with a blow that sent men flying off the gateway arch. For we'd all seen, even from below, that Ben was beginning to change back to his human form. And I haven't forgotten, Johnny, that it was you who streaked to the rescue where I couldn't have, thereby saving our old friend, life. For while the massive scale armored thing might have survived the fall from the height, repeat, might have, there would have been no chance at all for Ben Grimm to survive. But you were there with thermal underdrafts, updrafts that slowed his fall and gave me back my best friend at the same moment we in the world lost a thing. This time probably forever. Okay, don't rub it in. Look, I still want out, but I can tell you got something on your mind too, so spill it as soon as Ben gets here, which should be any second now. Please, dear, not so fast. Sorry, Alicia, baby, got carried away for a minute. Forget you can't see. It's just that I promised Reed we'd be there by noon, and our own private reunion was going so good that, well, there's some times when you just don't watch the clock, you know? You always know what to say, don't you, Ben? Yeah, sure. Johnny Carson of the ex-superhero set. That's me. Speaking of which, I meant to tell you that, here comes the fan brigade. Oh, well, another day. All right, kids, just one autograph apiece. And no long personal messages to your Aunt Rose in Cleveland. Thanks, mister. We wouldn't dream bothering Mrs. Masters for more than that. You want my autograph? Who else? We caught you one-woman show at the Kurtzman Art Gallery last week, and we thought your sculptures were fan-freaking-tastic. See, we're art majors at Archer College and made kind of a fool of myself back there, but this is great. I mean, I've had years of basking in the limelight. Now it's Alicia's turn. She deserves it, if she can stand it. Hey, by the way, mister, are you anybody? Nope, kid, not anymore. Don't say that, Ben. Don't ever say that. You're somebody to me, namely the man I love. Then that's all I care about, baby. Honest. Well, we're almost there. So, hey, what the devil? Ben, what's wrong? Your hand suddenly, it's so stiff. It's like something pulling at me. Now it's stopping. I must have just imagined it. There's nobody around, nothing that could have done it. Perhaps it's some sort of delayed reaction, dear, left over from when when the Hulk's gamma rays changed you from the Thing back to Ben Grimm. Yeah, that must be it. Oh well, it don't matter. And on that note, in the trade we call it ironic. No answer at Alicia. They must be on their way here. There's other reasons for not answering a ringing phone, boss man. Or are you getting too old to remember? Little brother, you've got a fresh mouth. And by the way, he's not. Now, what is it, Ben? Nothing much. I just started to activate the gizmo that opens the Fantastic Four's private elevator door, and I just noticed I ain't wearing the right belt today. Hey, you, what are you doing there? Oh, no, not another wise guy that don't know me. Look, fella, I don't know this, don't. Oh, hella, Mr. Masters, I didn't see you there for a second. If you'll permit me. I wouldn't want to keep an important person like you waiting. No, sir. There. The swift ascent is made in tense silence. Then, glad you're here, Ben. Now I can... What's the matter, fella? You're looking like you lost your best friend. I'm almost starting to think I did, and just now noticed it. So anyway, Stretch, why the big powwow? I may as well come right out. I asked you here today to tell you I've had to replace you as a member of the Fantastic Four. Huh? Why, of all the cruddy... Hear him out, Ben, please. What's to hear? I lose a set of ugly muscles, and suddenly you don't think I can pull my weight anymore. Is that it? This isn't like you, Reed. What's up? You think I want to do it? Our chapter says the Fantastic Four Incorporated must maintain 4 superpowered members at all times. You no longer have such powers, Ben, so your replacement is working out right now in the next room. Yeah? Then let's just see who in blazes thinks he can waltz in here. And holy cow, it's that Luke Cage guy, Power Man. Of course, Ben. Who'd you think I'd pick? Willie Lumpkin? Okay, so he's a real live superhero. That still don't mean he's got the sheer muscle to replace me, for cripe's sake. Why, look at him. He's having a tough time with that B-grade robot of yours. In my day, I could have polished off that hunk of tin with one mitt tied behind my back. I heard that, my man. And if it's scrap metal you want, it's scrap metal you get. Uh-oh. Now you've put a foot into it, Cage. You come here for an audition and you wind up total in the joint, and this ain't exactly the kind of thing that can take out of your first week's salary. Don't worry about it, fella. That was an obsolescent robot model anyway. Yeah, sort of like me, right, Reed? Hey, Richards, what's bugging this dude? I don't even know him. Oh, but you do, Mr. Cage. That is Ben Grimm, formerly The Thing. Sorry about that, Grimm. I didn't recognize you without scales and a few hundred extra pounds. It's okay, why should you be any different? At any rate, Mr. Cage, welcome to the club. You're now a full-fledged member of the Fantastic Four Incorporated. That's cool, and the name's Luke. I just hope you'll understand, Ben, as I tried to say before, legally we have to have for superheroes I know, and that's something I definitely ain't anymore. Hey, listen, man, I just want to know, I never forget, like TV a couple of minutes in taped interview, one that'll probably mean a whole new career for me. One I won't need to be a super jock for. Hey, Wild Ben, you mean the afternoon show, right? This monitor usually picks up the satellite broadcast, but that's just once I'll use it for a regular type idiot box. Impatiently, the gathered sextet wade through 55 minutes of a 1-hour show. Then after the penumbral series of local commercials, and now I'd like you to meet Ben Grimm, formerly known as The Thing. There you are, Ben. Once the strongest member of the New York's own Fantastic Four. It's about time. So how does it feel, Mr. Grimm, not to be a superhero any longer? It feels good. It feels bad. I guess I'll have to sort it out. Oh no, they cut it out. They butchered it. They cut out everything but one lousy question. Made me look like a tongue-tied klutz. That's right, Mr. and Mrs. New York. That was Benjamin J. Grimm. And here on film is how he looked at his peak only a few short days ago. Well, we'll not see him like this again, and only time will tell if that's a good thing or a bad. And with that irrepressible pun, it's time to say thank you and good afternoon. You mean that's it? The lousy, tough break, pal. I know how it is. Cram it, Cage. I don't want your pity. I don't want anybody's. That wasn't pity, man. It was just a little human understanding. There's a difference. You'll figure it out when you cool down. I'll cool down when I'm good and ready, and nobody's going to tell me. Hold it, Ben. You're out of line, old friend. You'll have to forgive him, Luke. Nobody's got to do nothing like you said. You got to have precious, fantastic foursome now. Ben, please. No one meant. So if you don't mind, I got my own life to see you. Reed, aren't you going to? Later, honey, when he calms down. Don't hold your breath waiting, big man. I'll show the whole ungrateful lot of them. Come on, baby. I got me a phone call to make. Providing they ain't going to charge me a dime to use the phone. That is. Hal, this is Ben. Ben Grimm, remember me? I'm the guy you're going to make rich and vice versa. How's that booking coming on the late night talk shows? I just cleared my whole schedule and, what'd you say? I'll give it to you straight, Ben. I'm over a barrel here. A few days ago you could have had it all because you were the Thing. Now you're just not visual, and TV's a visual medium, like they say. Nuts. What's wrong, darling? You might have smashed the phone slamming it down like that. A few days ago, I'd have smashed the whole blamed desk. Yeah, a few days ago. Oh, Ben, I know it's hard, and I know that nothing I can say will make it any easier, not right away. Just remember that you were a man before you became the Thing, and you're still a man, a wonderful man. Yeah, baby, yeah, sure. Only catch is, back then I was a test pilot. Now I'm overage for that kind of shtick. From the Fantastic Four to the Over the Hill gang, in one easy lesson. The rest of the afternoon is spent in pensive introspection. Then come evening, Ben decides to take another stab at things and finds his timing's a bit off. Ben, in heaven's name, get out of here. These metal projectiles can be deadly. You can't just... I'll stop him, Reed. Though I'm betting I ain't going to get a round of thanks for it. Who asked you, Cage? There, I've shut off the Professor Xavier's machine. Now, Ben, it's time I explained a few things to you once and for all. What's that? If you don't know Leader Man, I don't know who should. It's one of our automatic alarms, remember? Hooked up to one of the local banks where you've got a safety deposit box? Here, let's find out what's on in the family hour. Look, someone smashed his way into the bank. Can't make out who. Does it matter? Whoever it is, he didn't do it to make a night deposit. Moments later, as both the Fantastic Four and their faithful Fantastic car are separately hydraulically lifted to the roof. Cold tonight, glad these uniforms of ours are thermally treated. In my case, Reed, that'd be like carrying coals to a West Virginia. Hey, how do you keep warm, PM? Let's just say I've got thick skin and let it go at that. Not meaning to be rude, but this ain't exactly the time to go into a song and dance about origins. You sit here like it's Ben's place too, like fishing. He will. I don't recall signing a formal resignation from this combo yet. You pay the bills, Reed? What do you say? That my spot Cage no more? I'll solve this little crisis, guys, by flaming on and flying to the bank in question, okay? Maybe by the time you bozos catch up to me, everybody will be buddies again. Just remember, Johnny, no solo action till we know who we're up against. So what's he flying ahead of us like that for? A very good reason, Luke. And there it is. Whoever our foe is, he might be able to see in the dark. So Johnny's flare blast will shed a little light on the subject. Swell. Wish it could do the same for me. Like why is Reed obviously paying the hero for hire creep when the rest of us used to work for just bed and board? If they want a full-time member to replace me, why not pick a guy who don't charge by the hour? And if you look on this page, this is where the Marvel value stamp used to be. It has been cut out of this book. No Marvel value stamp in that book. Nuts and double nuts. I ain't going to learn any answers sticking around here like the original fifth wheel on a Geronimo. Ben, what the devil? See you down below, people. Here's where I learn if Ben Grimm still got what it takes. The torch's 4 flares still lighting up the sky so I can see just who. Hey, that guy down there. I recognize him from the mugshots. It's the Wrecker. You got the edge on me, creep. I don't know who you are, and I don't care. All I know is I came to make a withdrawal from the bank, from this here bank. The torch's 4 flares still lighting up the sky so I can see just who. Hey, that guy. Oh, I did that already. Never mind. And nobody in a toy plane straight out of Coney Island is going to stop me. Holy Joe, that crowbar of the smashed crate of smithereens jumping out just in time. Or did I? Heck, I don't need my crowbar to take care of a punk like you. More fun with my fists any old day. But here comes the first string. Funny, I don't know how I was expecting them, but I was all here they are. Well, I can bring down the whole blame bunch of them with my crowbar before. Correction, tall, dark, and ugly. That's what you could do, if not for ever lovely Human Torch. That flame so bright, can't see so good anymore. I better clear out and find a safer place till I can see again. You do that, Fred, while I see if you hurt Ben. If you did, you won't be safe even on the moon. Ben, are you? Spread out, surround the bank. He can't get away from us. Oh, Ben, you poor dear. Don't mother me, lady. I'll tell you I'm okay. I'm sorry, Ben. I didn't mean to. If you're all right, I'd better join the others. I'm swell. Face it, BJ, you may still be part of male chauvinist pig, but it don't seem right. Susie going off into danger like that while you stumble around waiting for the bear man to show up. Hold it. Doc Banner changes into the Hulk every time somebody gets mad. Well, right about now, I'm mad enough to spit. So if I concentrate hard enough, maybe I can. I just gotta. Please, Lord, please. No, use it. It ain't working. As a hero, I've had it. Excellent, Luke. You saved me reaching for him with the long arm of the law. Corny, man. That joke was old when I weigh 300 pounds. So how come this joker ain't falling? To tell you the truth, muscle man, I ain't sure myself. But the wrecker ain't about to look no gift horse in the kisser. Maybe you caught Power Man off guard, fella, but you still got the rest of us to contend with. And don't I know it? That's why I'm going to do this. Look out, the debris. Don't worry about me, boss man. Those hunks melt long before they can bruise my delicate skin. And my invisible force field will. Ben, what on earth are you doing here? I didn't see. You weren't supposed to, lady. It's this slob with the crowbar I'm after. Somebody called the Norn Queen once turned this into a lot more than just a crowbar, pal. And when she did the same for my fists, you know? Matter of fact, I still don't know how come my crowbar suddenly reappeared in the hands of this morning while I was cooling my heels in prison, or why I got a sudden urge to rob this bank as soon as I busted out. But I didn't figure on taking on the whole Fantastic Four right off the bat, and me still out of practice, so I could use me some height and maybe a hostage. And buddy, you're it. If you hurt him, just keep out of my way. I mean it. Now I want the four of you to clear out of here till I make a clean getaway and leave the bank loot right where it is. Or else I'm going to play Humpty Dumpty with this here eager beaver. Well, you got 10 seconds. 9. What a revolting development. This is, hey, that's Reed's hand sneaking up behind us. What? 8, 7. I mean, it's crudheads. 6, 5, 4. Three, 2, what the? You got him, Reed, but Ben's falling. Don't lose your cool, crew. Reed and me had this all worked out. It's just like catching a 200-pound sack of wheat, or maybe I should say corn. Hey, what about the wrecker? Yeah, what about him? Looks to me like that dude found a way down all by his lonesome. Now here's where I start earning my keep, by seeing if I can knock him all the way back up again. Shoot, only slammed in 10 to 20 feet. Cage, baby, you getting soft in your old age. Mister, you may be hot spit when it comes to fighting number runners up in Harlem, but I got my powers from a goddess or something like that. I'm going to take my crowbar back and ram it down your throat. Me, I don't know a Norn Queen from a queen bee. Well, Jack, oops, that's not good. Let's try that again. But Jack, I know a threat when I hear one. Cage. I'm not going to hurt him. Well, he's out, but he seemed as confused why he robbed this bank as we are. How much motivation you need? I just wanted some bread, that's all. Maybe. One good thing, since it was a night, we polished him off without any innocent bystanders getting in the way. Unless you count Ben here, of course. The main thing, Luke, is that you prove that you're worth every penny we're paying you, and then some. I'll remember that when it comes to ask for a raise. What's with this pay bull, anyhow? We always worked just for expenses, and Reed's treating this guy like he's doing him a favor by making him pay through the nose. How you feeling, Mr. Grimm? I hope I didn't catch you too. It's time you did some more catching, Cage. Catch this. Yo! My hand feels like it's next thing it's been broken. I didn't tell you to take a poke at me, baby. That was your own dumb idea. Yeah, I guess it was. One of a bunch of dumb ideas I've had lately. Like thinking I was still worth something. Now that I'm just plain Ben Grimm. Oh, no. And that is the end of that Fantastic Four, number 168 from 1975. Once again, give it a thumbs up, give it a thumbs down, tell me what you thought, hit the subscribe button, and as Papa always says,
that was easy.
Until next time, Papa is out.